Welcome back, everybody. We're coming up on Father's Day weekend here in just a few days. Now, what better way to celebrate Dad than doing a little grilling? And we're pleased to have Texas Roadhouse with us this morning. Keith Bollinger is here to give us a little bit more of an idea of how to grill well outside, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, we talked about earlier cutting the meat. Yep. And having fresh meat is probably the most important thing, and then having a really hot grill. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we do is we're just gonna take the steak, like this little fillet here.
Yep, right on top. Now, what kind of cut is that, by the way?
That's our barrel cut fillet.
Okay.
And that right there, that's about 8 ounces. And I'm gonna season this really well because a lot of this stuff's gonna fall off when we put it on the grill. And I'm just gonna chuck it on there and let kind of work. I've already got one working on here. We'll just pop that over.
I saw that. It looks awesome. So is there a secret to seasoning that? I know the folks were here last hour. They kind of got an idea of how you do that. What's the best way?
Just a lot of, make sure you get full coverage on it so that every bite has your seasoning in it. Now you can do, we have a preparation that you can buy online, or you can just salt, pepper, and garlic like we talked about earlier. It's just a real simple, kind of rub that garlic in there. It's a great flavor on a steak.
I know that's always a trick for me to try to figure out how to do that, and also how to cook these well. Yeah. Do you want to put it in foil, or do you want to put the grill right on the grill, or the steak right on the grill?
Right on the grill, not on the foil.
Okay.
The foil is going to give it a little tinny flavor to it, and that's what it's made for. Like I said, usually we would have some smoke chips in here to get a nice little smoke. A little harder to grill because it's in your eyes, but the flavor's excellent. And then of course we got the ribs over.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I have never attempted because I'm intimidated by these things. But this is rack of ribs over here. What's the best way to go about this?
Well, see, these were already smoked. So last night I pulled these out this morning. They smoked overnight. So in a smoking solution, you could do that in just a pan with even liquid smoke and some water. Foil it up and let it smoke for about 8-9 hours. That's going to get it nice and tender. And then we let it cool down a little bit so it doesn't go straight hot onto the grill because it'll fall apart.
You want to put it in the fridge, or you just want to let it kind of set?
We do it in the fridge, because we have to for safe handling procedure. But if you're at home, just room temperature will work if it's real quick, like an hour maybe, not more than that. And then once it's ready to go, just pop it on there. Bone side down. That's going to take the majority of your time. So it's going to take the heat to go through these bones a little bit. The other thing is make sure your barbecue sauce is nice and hot.
Why is that?
Because cold sauce makes cold ribs. That's about as simple as it gets. Plus, when it's heated, it's got a lot more flavor, and it's more likely to stick on there, and it doesn't clump up. You know what I mean? So you're not going to have a whole bunch of globs of barbecue sauce where it's overpowering. You want it to accentuate the taste of the ribs.
Now, one more time, why bone down on the ribs? Why did you say that?
See, that's going to protect the meat. And you've got that bone right there is going to kind of act like a little bit of an insulator. So when it gets really hot, like we see over here on our ribeye, it'll still cook and get nice and warm, nice and evenly. And then we'll flip it on the other side for about half as long. So about 14 minutes for these guys.
Yeah, I was going to ask about time, right? You kind of a medium type heat, I would assume, right, for both, because you don't want to sear it, right? And you certainly don't want it to cook too slowly.
No. Yeah, this guy, probably about 450 degrees. That's where we usually try and get this at, 450, 475. Now for our steaks, we're up to about 500 because they can take a nice little charring on them. And of course, this grill wasn't quite as hot as I wanted to get it, but it's working out just fine.
All right, at Texas Roadhouse, you guys have some Father's Day events coming up, right, too?
Yeah, well, Father's Day, dads love steak.
Sure.
Right? Ice cold beer and steaks, and so that's what we feature. But, we also do ribs, and right now we're in the middle of Rib Fest, and you can come in and get an entry blank and enter to win a really nice ceramic smoker. It's a really cool deal, and you can smoke your own ribs at home. And then we're also doing our 12-ounce ribeye and prime rib special together, along with a 6-ounce sirloin and chicken combo. You get any one of those three and an appetizer, so 2 of any of those 3, I'm sorry, and an appetizer for $39.99.
Pretty good deal, and then you don't have to do the cooking yourself.
No, and somebody will clean up all the mess, and you can throw the peanuts on the floor and have fun.
But if you want to impress Dad, you can take any of the technique that you just learned here and put it to good use on the grill. Keith, thanks so much for being here this morning and introducing us to this idea of cooking ribs in a good way. We will, of course, have more online at KRQE.com. You can get more information there. You can show up to Texas Roadhouse, too. We'll be right back. Yeah. Thank you.